You join us live on the Effing Racing Show for the Formula 1 Heineken Gran Premio d'Italia 2021 from the Autodromo Nazionale di Monza. It's a historic racetrack near the city of Monza, just north of Milan in Italy. Built in 1922, it was the world's third purpose-built motor racing circuit after Brooklands and Indianapolis. Today, it plays host to the Italian Grand Prix. Here to watch along with you all on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube all at the same time is me, Reese, and today we're joined by Duff. As sadly, Jez has no voice, so he is with us, but he's not on stream. He's just in our ears to help us out.
Jez has no voice, but to us, he is only a voice.
Yes, he is in this year and this year.
Yeah, crazy.
For people that used to watch us back in the day, that's how it used to be, and I wonder how many times between Duff and I will get caught out today. Probably many. And
yes, it's even worse this time round.
It is, isn't it? It's going to be a disaster. And I guess we should kick off, Duff, with yesterday's sprint race.
Yes.
I want to fill people in on that. I wasn't here for it, and I've seen the notebook, but obviously Duff was, so I'll fill people in on that. Yeah,
it was an interesting sprint compared to the one at Silverstone, mainly all based on what we expected, the first chicane that caused, well, firstly off the line, with Lewis having a problem off the line, meaning he was down in fifth, and Verstappen straight up into second. A few spins and a safety car meant those on the soft tyres, their soft tyres lasted perfectly for the entire sprint qualifying, so no one had to worry about their tyres massively.
Was everyone on softs?
No, it was basically the McLarens, which is why they're done so well.
Okay.
The others were on the mediums.
Yeah, because the mediums you would have expected to last easily. The softs, like you said, was a bit of a gamble then, really, wasn't it? That worked out nice.
Yeah, it worked out. Well, it couldn't have worked out better for the two McLarens.
No. So that's why that explains their excellent starting position on the grid today.
It does indeed, yeah.
So should we have a look through the grid and see where everyone is? So for those that weren't aware, the sprint yesterday sets the grid for the race today. So where you finished in yesterday's race, minus any penalties for engine changes and stuff, which we'll come to shortly, determines where you start today. So on pole is Max Verstappen in the Red Bull, and then you have Danny Rick and Lando Norris in second and third, which incidentally is the highest joint starting positions for the team since 2012 in Brazil. I think that would have been Lewis and Alonso.
Okay,
could have been
Lewis and Button, maybe.
Yeah. That makes more sense. So the aforementioned Lulu is in fourth. Charles Leclerc is fifth, joined by Carlos Sainz in sixth. Giovinazzi in an impressive seventh. You can tell his contract renewal time, can't you? Because this happened last year as well. Sergio Perez probably a disappointing eighth, I would have said. Although he did make up a couple of places in the sprint, I believe.
He in qualifying on the Friday, basically he gave up his last lap to give Verstappen the toe.
I see. Fair enough. Lance Stroll is in ninth. We have Fernando in 10th. Sebastian Vettel is 11th, joined by his teammate Ocon in... No, he isn't teammate, sorry. Ocon is 12th. Latifi is 13th. Out sprinting, I should say, because it's not qualifying, is it? Out sprinting his teammate George Russell, followed by Yuki Tsunoda, Mazepin, Kubica, Mick Schumacher, and Pierre Gasly, and then Valtteri Bottas is starting last, having a complete engine change, MGUH change, the whole works, which is his fourth engine, which means that he takes a shed load of penalties and starts last. So it's be interesting to see him come through the field, Def.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I don't know how easy it's going to be for him because the Mercedes team on the straights have had problems with their engine with clipping at full red hot maximum tilt. So that'll be interesting to see how they manage that. But he should be able to at least get to the edge of the points, I think.
Yeah, I will.
With DRS and everything, even if it's just on the start-finish straight, he should be able to get through a few of those places.
Yeah, we should probably explain what clipping is as well. For those who are wondering what we mean by clipping, it is that when the way that Formula One engines work is quite complex now. They have all the power saving and the electric part, the turbo part, and what it means is that when the engine is at full whack, it starts to recover energy. So when you see the lights flashing on the back, that means they're in recovery mode, which means they're putting power back into the batteries and charging them up. And it seems that Mercedes were starting that a lot earlier than the Red Bulls were, which meant it was slowing them down at the end of the straights, which is why, according to Lulu and Christian Horner, who's been quite keen on it, they didn't have the straight line speed to get past the McLarens or to get past, or obviously to catch Max. So it'll be interesting to see whether they can. I mean, I'm assuming they can change those settings. Because that must be a dial setting or something that they can change.
Maybe, unless it is something more in depth, and now they're in Parc Ferme, they can't change it.
Yeah,
maybe like the old engine mode type thing.
That's what I was wondering, whether it relates to engine mode or whether it's just a battery setting that they can change. Yeah. Potentially.
The thing that's really annoyed me this weekend so far is how Lewis keeps saying, "Oh, well, that's it. Red Bull won. Red Bull won." And it's like, Jesus Christ, you're only fourth. It's like the excuses have come already, and they haven't even started yet.
Mind you, in one positive, I haven't seen him on his scooter yet, so that's that's a nice, refreshing change. I think you can get ready for plenty of moaning.
Oh God, yes, definitely.
Particularly if he gets a similar start to yesterday, and the two McLarens get off the line well, which hopefully they will do. I haven't seen what, because they got a free choice of tyres, haven't they?
Yep,
they must do. So it'd be interesting to see if Merck start on the softs to get a better start. Because there's a few.
I think it would make sense for Lewis to start on the softs. They've got 2 sets left, so they could 2-stop and go softs to start and softs to finish.
Yep. So if someone starts on the softs, the expected predictions are there's 2 ways you can do it. You can go soft and medium, or soft and hard. So if you're doing that, if you're doing soft to medium, it'd be about pit window between 15 and 20 laps. Or if you're going the other way, they're saying between 12 and 17. If you started on the medium, so go medium and then soft, that's the quickest way. So they're saying, in which case the windows will be around lap 27 to lap 33, and then go on to the softs to finish. Pirelli haven't predicted any 2-stops. They're saying it's a 1-stopper. But like you said, if they need the pace and those tyres are quick enough, it's
if he can get out on the softs, build a big enough gap, then he'll perfectly be fine to come in for that second and push as hard as possible. Especially if we get a safety car. If he goes out on the softs, at some point we get a safety car, change to the hard, you're reducing that 23 down to 13 for a pit stop. Yeah, that's massive save.
I hadn't thought of that, yeah. So I think there's very likely to be a safety car. Traditionally there is.
But I mean, even if he leaves on the soft, I don't know. Because say even if he leaves on the soft, and we get a safety car, he could go straight onto the hards, max out the hards, and then still time-wise, he's not losing much to then have basically what would be a single stop towards the end.
Yeah, there's loads of different strategies, isn't it? I mean, we will keep an eye on that as the race goes on, of course.
One thing we need to do before we start is predictions.
Yes, of course. I see that But Jez has got his in already.
Yep, the cursor is there waiting for us.
So Jez has gone Max, Lewis, and Norris, which I think is a fairly solid choice, I think, actually. You're up first, then, Duff, according to the order on the sheet.
I'm going to stick with exactly how it is. I think Max, Rick, Norris. I think Danny Ricks and Norris. I think 2 McLarens on the podium.
Oh,
Lewis really struggled in the sprint race to get past the 2 McLarens.
Mate, I'm going to go Max to win, because I think that's, as long as he gets away cleanly, no one's going to touch him. But I think it'll be Norris second and Lewis third, because I think that Danny Rick will end up doing something daft or get excited and outbreak himself or whatever. So that is my prediction. So you've gone Max, Ricciardo, Norris. I've gone Max, Norris, Lewis. And Jez has gone Max, Lewis, Norris. Wow, that's going to be a good one to work out.
As you weren't with us yesterday, the winner of the point for the sprint race was myself.
What?
So I'm now in the lead with 5.
You are?
Jez is on 4.5, and you're down at 1.5.
Hang on, but I didn't get to do a prediction.
You did. We did it all before the end of the last race.
Whew, that's fine.
Don't panic. Don't panic.
I've been asleep since then, folks. Okay, cool. That's fine. So we should get our other new feature out of the way before we get too close to the race, like the other week. As regular viewers will know, me and Duff have been doing our hot laps. And,
Indeed.
So I won last week.
I assume with the way it's done, we'll be doing your lap first.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
But I say we go with your lap first.
Go on then.
And then I'll tell you what we'll mix it up a bit. I'll commentate on your lap, and then you can commentate on mine.
Go for it. And we'll see who comes out.
Then we can, if that's okay for Jez.
Fine by me. So let's see how we ended up.
Okay, so here Reese comes round.
Is this you or me?
It's you, because you're in the McLaren. So there's Reese coming round onto the start. Ooh, is that a little bit... Felt like a little bit late break in there, but he's come around it quite nice.
Slightly outdone myself.
Yeah. That was a nice chicane. You got through that nice and clearly. I can tell you're on a pad, because there's a lot of wiggling of the pad to get round a corner. That's one thing I noticed. So we're coming now down into here. See, you took those quite wide, or you kind of cut those. They do that in F1. It's not. I'm not having a go, but there was a big cut there. That could be controversial. Ooh.
Just following the racing line.
I don't know if the racing line cuts the corner that much.
Oh, absolutely it does.
That's an interesting one. Down this straight. DRS zone, DRS wide open, massively hard braking. That was a nice corner. Not out one, just out too wide. I've seen a lot of people on F1 this weekend on F1 2021 really not using all that right hand side. Light touch on the brakes.
You get a much better run downhill straight if you go a bit wider.
Yeah. And then coming across the line in a 1:23.62. Interesting.
All right.
But other than those slight jumps over the corner.
Slight jumps?
I'm surprised that's not enough of a jump to say over track limits.
No. Nowhere near. Let's have a look at yours then, Def.
Yeah, go for it.
I've been warned there's some controversy to come here.
Well, seeing your lap, I don't think there is.
All right. Well, that might be a little clue.
Yes.
We'll see. Oh, you went for the AlphaTauri. Very nice.
Yeah, last year's winner.
Just for reference, the car doesn't actually make a difference in this game. They're all set the same. So nicely round the parabolic, or the Alboreto corner, as it's now called. Apparently, it's 20 years since he died in a testing accident. So let's see. Yep, you remembered the DRS, so that's good.
Oh yes.
Now the straight.
Can't
This
forget that.
braking point is important because if you don't get it right, you're going straight. Oh, straight on. Let's have a look. Clip that one nicely. Clip that one nicely. Oh, well done. Okay. Here we are.
I really struggled with that.
Yeah.
In my other laps.
Nice line. You're on a pad as well by the looks of it.
Oh yes.
I keep meaning to use the wheel, but let's have a look at that. Oh Jesus, no! Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, I cut the corner, right? You didn't even bother doing the corner at all.
I did the corner. There wasn't much in it between yours and mine.
You'll notice that I didn't get flagged up for invalid lap, whereas you did.
That's what really annoyed me, is you weren't that much far off from me.
Oh, come off it. Come off it. I was miles further in than you.
No.
Miles further in. I mean, nicely done here. A little bit wide.
A little bit wide, but bringing it back.
Straightened this nice. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, obviously this lap isn't going to count because you broke track limits.
Well,
My lap
disagree with that entirely. I think this game is massively biased because half the time I took it perfectly and it told me I was over track limits.
I mean, it's a nice lap, but I didn't break the rules, and rules are rules, as we always say. 123.3, yeah.
It counted. Look, it counted. Yeah. It came up at the top as it counted.
It didn't count at all. You broke the. Nah, sorry. I mean,
123.
No.
123.3 there.
No, I'm not.
Beautiful. If that was in a race situation, I'd be fine.
No, you would have had your lap deleted for track limits.
But in a race, it doesn't matter.
Well, we're not talking about that. We're talking about quickest lap. If that was qualifying, you would have lost your lap there. Simple as that.
I think I was forced off.
Well, I think that
forced off by my ghost car. That's the problem.
I mean, I will say that on my 3 laps, I got 2 of them disqualified, and my last lap, which was the fastest lap, was the only clean one I did. So, I mean, you know.
I had an amazing first lap, but the only person that saw it was Tamzanaki. Because I accidentally streamed it instead of recorded it.
Well, I'll give it to you, but I ain't happy about it. Let's just say that. So next time, track limits don't matter then, so we can do whatever the fuck we want. That's what we're saying, basically.
Yeah, fine by me.
Okay, all right. Well, you know, some of us made the effort to make sure we did a clean lap, and that's all I'm going to say on the matter for now. And, disgusting. Well, it's 1-1. It's 1-1, but I'll have you next time. Now I know I can.
No,
cut
we
the
can go 2-0
well.
if you want. I'm not bothered.
Now I know I can cut corners as well.
I think it was very, very close.
Well, I mean, you know,
I don't think it was a massive leap.
All 4 wheels were off the track.
No, all 4 wheels weren't off the track.
Right, I'm going to clip this later, and I'll show you what I mean.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's fucking disgusting behaviour. That's fucking disgusting. Anyway, should we have a bit of trivia before we start getting?
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's lighten it up a bit.
Which driver have you seen the facts or not?
Nope.
I normally delete them. Okay, then. So, which driver won the Italian Grand Prix in 1995, but retired from all of his other 8 starts at Monza?
Easy. Because they talked about this at the start of the weekend.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, because he's here this weekend. It's Johnny Herbert.
It is Johnny himself.
Yeah.
Which he was really unlucky in his racing career. I mean,
massively.
When you think about it, he had that massive smash, and even by his own admission, he was never quite the same after it.
No, that was huge.
It was a humongous crash, and because when he came through all the different series, he was doing really, really well, and then he had that smash, and obviously it all went tits up from there, didn't it? But
it's a lost British F1 champion there.
I think so. But, I mean, we've got a couple of them coming through with a little luck now with George next year. With that, McLaren hopefully comes out good next year with Lando. Who knows? And even Albon. I mean, I know technically he races under a Thai flag, but he was born in Britain, and which is
you got Vin Diesel on the grid.
Is he? Ah, nice. See, I thought they would have had all the James Bond folks there because that's out shortly, isn't it? And Ted and Vin Diesel. Now there's something to see, isn't it?
Sorry, Ted's just walking into people on the grid.
Well, yeah, he seems to be doing that now rather than Martin, doesn't he?
Martin did it a bit, but apparently because of COVID protocol at the moment, you can't really talk to anyone. So they're kind of each doing a little bit.
Yeah, look at Ted. He's keeping his distance. I'm quite surprised Ted doesn't have a 2-meter stick. Stay away.
Oh, he usually has his Terry Wogan stick.
Right. Yeah, the Terry...
Blankety-blank stick.
Yeah, it's handy, that is. It looks good.
Yeah.
The old Wogan mic.
So me and Jez were talking about this yesterday towards the end of the sprint race.
Mm-hmm.
Is here can play quite a difference being on the clean or the dirty side of the track.
Yes.
And obviously Max is on the clean side. Mm-hmm. Danny Rick's on the dirty side. Norris is on the clean side. Lewis is on the dirty side. So we could see a massive jump from Norris.
And that's, I'll be honest, that's part of my thinking behind my prediction for the final results, because I think that I think Norris will have Danny Rick off the start. He won't get past Max. McLaren will say don't do anything stupid.
Yeah.
And then unless Danny Rick gets past him in pit stops or strategy,
I think Norris might have him in the first half, but then it depends. It depends how they attack the first half of the chicane.
Yeah, I mean they've got to go for it, haven't they? As far as I'm concerned.
Oh, definitely. For me, it'll be who hits who towards from the midfield to the back of the grid.
Yeah.
And who Mazepin hits. This is the new bit of the upgrades. I don't know if you're watching it on live, but
yep, got it on.
Those extra flicks on the floor, that thick channel in the middle.
Yeah,
you can just see at the bottom of the screen is the new upgrade that Red Bull have brought this weekend.
Mm.
Okay. Seems to have added a lot to that car.
I guess if you look at the direction of it, it's pushing the air around the outside of the car, isn't it?
Yeah.
And probably helps with stability as well, if you're looking at the angles of it. I mean, I'm no aerodynamicist. That's our big word of the day, people. But yeah.
Woo!
I know, big words. It sounds like they know what they're talking about. But yeah, I would say that's what it's there for, but I don't know. Oh, out comes the dry ice. It's right, a few minutes away from the start, so looking good.
Oh,
I mean, I know there's not going to be any change, but what's the wind looking like on the old Duffcast?
To be fair, it's not looking much difference to yesterday. We had a lovely day yesterday that really didn't affect anything, and it's pretty similar today. Thank God. Keep us going, and
there can be no
nice
moaning.
Well, we've got 28 degrees. So 28, 29 degrees at the moment. Yeah, you can't complain about that at all. And it's roughly staying that. Getting colder this evening, but fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not a single bit of rain. Not a single cloud in the sky. I mean,
kind of like here, really.
It's actually there's 10 to 20% possible cloud coverage at the moment, which isn't a lot at all. But it's just clearing up, so it's going to get hotter as it goes on. But yeah, no rain, no nothing. Wind is currently at 2 miles an hour.
That's not going to make any difference then, is it?
And it's going up to the dizzying heights of 3.
Whoa!
Yeah, I know.
I reckon that's enough for a Lulu Mondo.
Oh, of course it is.
Got to be, isn't it? No?
It'll be in the wrong direction or something.
3 miles an hour of wind here. I'm not happy about it. I won't do that.
So they're out of his car?
I was going to ask what's happening with Tsunoda and Gasly.
Oh, they've wheeled his car off the grid.
Yeah, so Gasly's starting from the pit lane.
Wow, both AlphaTauris potentially in the garage.
That doesn't happen very often, does it?
No, not at all. Not in this day and age.
Yeah. These things are pretty... touch wood for George and Lando. These things are pretty reliable, aren't they? And it's rare you get... although he he did smash it up yesterday, didn't he?
Yes.
I'm just going to get the radios up and stuff. But yeah, so that should be interesting. I mean, yeah, so Gasly's set for pit lane as well. Yeah, that does make sense then. That's fine.
Yeah, he was saying he had throttle issues on his formation lap, so that's why he came straight into the pits rather than going out on the grid.
Yeah, problems for Sonoda. Yep, we've done the grid already, so but we can run through it again closer to the time. So I've done it, haven't I? I've done it already.
No, you've recovered.
There's a quote from Christian Horner. We've gone for the best strategy that we think suits us. What the others do, you can't control. We know the McLarens are quick off the line, so coming through that first chicane still in the lead is the focus. Yeah, I would say that's probably about right. And, so Pirelli have done their usual treat, and they've said the quickest one-stopper is to start on the mediums, and then lap 27, drop onto the reds. It's as quick as starting on the mediums. Yeah, okay, interesting. So they're saying it's quicker to start on the mediums, but there really isn't much in it.
Yeah.
And then soft to hard is slightly slower. Medium to hard is close, but not as fast. So, because you lose 23 seconds, which is quite a lot.
Yeah.
So you need to be careful what you're. So two pit stops is 40 odd seconds. That's a lot to make up. So it's probably not worth it. I wouldn't have thought. Lewis is a twat. Leave him to mope. Yeah, well, that's fair play. I'm fourth. There's no way I can win. Yeah, whatever you say. Well, Jaeger, it could be either way. It could be either way. Sometimes you find when Lewis has a moment and a rant like this, he suddenly gets in the car and the car starts to work and he's the happiest man in the world. Or it goes the other way and we have an hour and a half of us going, bloody moaning bastard. But we'll see. We will see how it goes. And you'll all be here to watch it with us, which is great. So let me get that back up. Right.
It's a random team radio thing on the lap by lap. Danny, radio check. Yes. Does your drinks bottle work? Yes. Brilliant. Great insight. Cheers, F1.
Formula1.com. Keeping it real. We should note that there's a 50% crowd today at Monza.
It's still very loud.
Yeah, well, if they get the Ferrari win they want, it'll be very loud indeed, no doubt. And that
apparently,
huge Ferrari flag will come out.
The Italian fans are struggling to get tickets. Can you guess who was buying up all the tickets?
Max fans.
Yep, the Dutch. It's a lot of orange there this weekend.
And there was talk about it being really expensive as well, as in too expensive for a lot of people to even get there.
Yes, because they're trying to make up for the for last year not having a crowd. Big news! Hamilton
starts on the hard, and he's the only one in the top 10 to start.
I did say that earlier.
Yeah,
I did say that. Yeah, potential to go long.
Yeah,
and finish on the softs.
They're obviously watching, Jeff. They're obviously watching.
Yeah. Holy crap! Does that mean I know what I'm going on about? That's worrying.
Yeah. So Gasly's also started on the hard tyres from the pit lane. Bottas and Kubica have done likewise, so everyone else must be on the mediums or the softs. They haven't put the full thing up, which would be handy, of course, but there we are.
Which means Hamilton's not going to get a massive jump at the front. So it's a shame we can't, when we see who's around him, he could be vulnerable if he doesn't have enough heat in the tyres.
The Ferraris.
Yeah. He could be vulnerable from from those around him. Yeah. Right
so Leclerc's
into
on
that
mediums.
first corner.
I'm surprised he's doing that. Like I said, maybe he's just going to go for fourth place and try and do some of it at the end.
I think he's going to try and they're going to try and get and jump somewhere in the pits later on.
So the strategy for the hard, if you see, Pirelli haven't even done one for it.
No.
But that's. I wonder whether he's going to go hard and then soft. perhaps that's what he's going to do. And
potentially, he's got those 2 sets, but I think he'll go long and do a massive length at the end on the softs. Not a massive length, but he'll be hammer time.
Did you hear Charles's radio then?
No, I didn't.
He said so his pit crew told him everyone around you starting on mediums except Lewis, who's starting on hards. And he goes, "That's a strange choice, but why not?" And he's fair enough. So we're off on the procession lap. Get ourselves, or formation lap, whatever you want to call it. And,
the interesting thing here now is how one thing that is possible is Bottas is at the back. If Bottas takes his time, Max has got a chance of losing a lot of tyre temperature and overheating his brakes.
Oh, that's
so
a conspiracy
he could come into play tactically with that.
Well, that's a proper conspiracy theory.
Because Hamilton's going to have cold tyres no matter what, because he's on the hards. But if they're with that, they could cause Max a problem.
Jez says not planning on overtaking the McLarens, and he couldn't get past them on the mediums yesterday. No, well, I think that's exactly the point, isn't it? It's very very strange. I don't quite get it, but I'm sure they've got a plan, and
it will be nice to see for the 3rd year in a row not a Mercedes on the top step of the podium.
Well, yes, it'd be interesting to see if that is indeed the way it goes, and keep swapping back and forth. There we go. That's what. So Lewis is giving it some weaving. To be fair, which he's going to have to do to get some temperature into those hard tyres. Fastest pit stop of the year so far, 1.88 seconds from Red Bull Racing. So.
Oh my God! Bottas is taking his time at the back of the field, in no hurry to catch up to Schumacher ahead.
What a surprise!
Yes, who would have thought that?
Tsunoda is not starting. The
Nope.
looks of it. Track temperature is 45 degrees already. Wow. Yep, no Tsunoda, that's confirmed. Bit of a shame for them. It's their home Grand Prix, isn't it, really, I guess, because they are supposedly an Italian team.
I suppose, as long as, if they could get him out within the first, before they come round to do the first lap, it'll be worth it.
Yeah. If there's a safety car or something, he'll soon get back into it, won't he?
Are you going for the Jez line?
No, go on, mate. Go on. You can have it.
I'll give it a go. I've got to remember it now.
It's in the notes.
He hasn't written it. Aha! I've got it.
There we go.
Here we go. Just flashed into my head. I don't know what it is. Right, so the lights are building. 4, 5, and the rubber is rolling.
3.
We are go. Look at this. Danny Rick.
Oh,
Danny
Jesus.
Rick is in the lead.
He's got him. Go on, son.
He's got him. Come on. Norris could lose out to Hamilton
Look at
here
Ferrari.
on the inside. Go on, Danny.
Yes, my
Hamilton's
son.
done it into third. Norris back down to fourth.
No, he hasn't. He's got him, isn't he? Oh, no.
No. Is that Giovinazzi?
Message from the future.
Massive jump.
Wow.
What?
They've
hit. Hamilton's hit Verstappen.
Oh.
Giovinazzi's gone
Lulu.
for it.
Go on, son. Oh, my God. At the back there.
Get in there.
You see what happened to that Sauber?
So yellow flag.
Yeah, that Sauber took a beating. Jeez.
Yes, massively. How the hell did Giovinazzi get that far up?
Don't know.
That was a great start from him. Track clear. Instantly. That was quick.
There's a virtual safety
So Perez looks as though he's done really well there. Straight up into 7th.
Yeah. So I didn't
Who's that?
So we were
Gasly.
right.
Gasly's going really slow.
Didn't get it right.
That is Giovinazzi coming through. He kept it going.
Yeah.
Gasly's virtual safety car. Virtual safety car.
Yeah. That'll be, look at the state of that.
Wow, yeah, Lewis had to back out of that.
Yeah. Did they touch?
That was mad.
Not quite.
Oh, Lewis complaint.
Oh, surely there's not. Hang on. He pushed me wide. Oh, fuck off, Lewis.
Who was
Honestly.
that? It looked as though it was Sainz that hit him.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah, it was Sainz.
There's Leclerc ahead.
Here we go. Here it goes on board. I see.
Yeah, it's hit from behind.
Yep. Round you go, son. Oh!
Ooh. Right, we are green lit. We are green lit.
We're off again. Let's go. So we should run through. So leading now is Danny Rick. Verstappen second. Norris third ahead of Hamilton, which is good. Charles Leclerc, Sainz, Perez, Daddy's Boy, Alonso, and Ocon round out your top 10. Wow.
Giovinazzi's struggling to get out of his pit box.
Oh, yeah. What's going on here? Go on, son.
Yeah, hit anti-stall by the looks of it. Yes, exactly.
11.4 seconds.
Great start from Danny Rick.
Absolutely. Well, we thought that one of them would have him, didn't we? And so now does Verstappen have the pace to catch and pass him? That's what we're going to have to look for now.
It almost turned out that the dirty side of the grid was the better side to be on.
It did. You're right. Because Lewis had a decent start. He just wasn't good enough.
Compared to yesterday, where he had a terrible start.
Oh, didn't he just? Alpines aren't doing so well.
Is that Bottas? 15th, he's not done massively well.
No, Russell 13th.
3 laps in, and he's only got up to 15th. I mean, that's good to be fair, and he's now about to do Robert Kubica. Is he?
Yeah, down the straight. Yeah, he's got him easy.
Yeah, a little bit of a late break in there, and he's done it.
Oh, see? Now that's what I mean, where it's slowing down. Look, you can see.
This is where it gets interesting.
You couldn't drive past him.
Because Bottas is now behind George.
Oh, God. Go on, George. Take him out for me, son.
Was that here last year?
Yes, it was, because he was on coming down towards the next chicane after the...
Yeah.
I think it was here.
So hopefully we don't have a replay of that.
No.
So we've got an aerial shot from the rear coming down. 3 abreast at one point with the Ferraris. Wow.
Yeah. Interesting.
That they all got rammed that pretty clearly, which is quite good.
Oodles is happy with the old Danny Rick lead.
Oh, I think he can do it. I think he can do it. He was so unhappy after qualifying because he thought he had more in him and the car.
That's true, that.
He's feeling it this weekend. He's properly feeling it. Look at that start. That was superb. Awesome start. It didn't even need to brake late into the first corner. He had so much room.
2/10 up.
Here we go. Yeah. On board with Lewis. He didn't have it. Oh, yeah. He didn't have it. That was a racing incident.
Yeah. Tough luck. Yeah, that's just that. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, he's going to complain about it because it's Lulu.
That was Giovinazzi. That was didn't see Carlos Sainz behind him at all.
Nope, he was lucky to get away with that as well without breaking his car. Sainz. Normally wheel to wheel like that. Oh, that was close as well.
Yeah, that was the 2 Aston Martin drivers coming together. I didn't notice that. Christ, Vettel lost like 3 places there.
Nice. 4, because there's another one going past him.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
a mess. Yeah. Nice slow motion grass everywhere. Brilliant.
As he goes past.
So Max is catching on Danny Rick. He's within DRS range now.
Yeah. Well played, Max. He should pass him, but you never know.
Yes.
As old Murray said, it's one thing to catch and another one to pass.
You can see Red Bull have got a lot skinnier wing than the McLaren this weekend.
Yeah, they do.
Just from that shot.
Lewis is coming for Norris as well by the looks of it.
Yep.
He's closed the gap.
Perez is coming for Sainz.
Yep. Where's Bottas up to? 14th now. We'll just keep an eye on him.
He's just done George Russell.
Because that could turn into a decent story as the day goes on. Speaking of decent things, today I have bought a flask upstairs because I can't drink beer today as I normally would for regular viewers of this stream. So I'm going to tell you how nice my cup of tea is instead. And,
that is Gasly out of the race. So both AlphaTauris now not managing to make it to even 5 laps.
Turn 4 incident involving Hamilton and Verstappen. No investigation necessary. Good.
Perfect.
Exactly how it should be as well.
I tell you what, I have noticed a lot this weekend. Rather than having an investigation, they've just been saying that the incident has been noted.
Yeah. As in, don't do it again, you naughty boys. Yeah. However, the incident between Sainz and Giovinazzi is under investigation. Although to me, it just looks like Sainz didn't see him and turned into him.
Giovinazzi. Definitely.
No. I thought it was a Lewis moment, but it's not. It
Sainz
was just
Giovinazzi under investigation. If anything, that looked like Giovinazzi. A few people in the chat on the F1 saying that it was Sainz's fault, but Sainz was keeping on the line. Giovinazzi came across from having to go across the corner. I see that as Giovinazzi's fault.
Yeah, because he turned into him. He just didn't see him. I think more than Sainz turning into him.
Those mirrors are so tiny.
Bottas up to 13th, past Latifi.
Oodles is drinking for you.
Cheers, Oodles, my friend. Good lad. Get them vodka shots down here, pal. I've had a very busy weekend on the old drinking, so it's not a bad idea to have a cup of tea. In an Effing Racing Show first, Reese drinks tea. Good brew. So Sainz, Verstappen currently has the fastest lap then, 6/10 behind Ricciardo. So Lewis doesn't seem to be able to do anything about Norris. But, excellent treat there from McLaren. Now McLaren is leading the Grand Prix once again. Excellent news.
Always
Perez
good
got
to
himself
see.
up to 7th now, Duff as well.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of a comeback from him. So he's got Sainz to contend with next.
Yeah, 7 laps in. Ricciardo leads in a McLaren. Beautiful. Verstappen third. Norris third. What? Verstappen second. Norris third. Hamilton fourth. Leclerc fifth. Sainz sixth. Perez seventh. Stroll 8th. Alonso 9th. Ocon 10th.
Max was just on the radio then saying it's very hard to get close, and his engineer said, "Yeah, we might just have to wait for an opportunity." So,
I think they might have to wait till the pit window opens.
Yeah, it's frustrating when it goes down to that.
The thing is, with the strategy that Hamilton's on at the moment, he doesn't need to push. He can stay out of that turbulent air because he'll keep going once they all pit.
You'd think he'd need to get past Norris to keep that gap, though, wouldn't he? To Verstappen and
I don't know,
Danny
because
Rick.
he's only what?
A straightaway.
He's only like 2 or 3 seconds behind.
Yeah.
So once they all pit, as long as if he's saving his tyres now, they'll come alive once they all pit.
Yeah,
and he can
nail
push.
it then.
Yeah, and all he needs to do is build a gap.
Yeah.
Which potentially he could get because they'll have to do 23 seconds in the pit stop. So as long as he can keep building on that could work.
5-second time penalty for Giovinazzi for unsafe rejoin. So when he came back onto the track.
I totally agree with that. That makes sense.
Yeah, me too.
It's just now he's last, so we might as well come in and serve it.
Yeah.
Or actually, they'll probably just serve it on the next pit stop.
Yeah, they might as well. There's our old friend, the virtual sign back there again. Very nice.
Yes. I thought of you when I first saw it during the on qualifying.
There's a few. There's the Poker Stars one on the fence, and there's the Heineken 0% on the last corner as you
Yes,
come out.
that's the one I first noticed.
When it comes around, coming towards the first Lesmo, there's one there.
Yeah,
you can see it in the background. God, look at that.
I tell you one thing. I said this to Jez yesterday that I haven't seen in any race series this weekend, and I've seen it every year since I can remember. No one's gone through the polystyrene boards.
Oh yeah.
You usually at least get one sort of pow and polystyrene everywhere, but we haven't had that this weekend.
No, last year it was George under the safety car, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think, wasn't it Seb last year or the year before? Went through and exploded some?
Yep.
Oh, was this Perez on the inside? Boom.
Yep.
But no.
First corner, isn't it? Is he going to do the Raikkonen maneuver? He is.
Here we go.
Yeah, he's got him. Nicely done, son.
He's got him. Oh no, Perez.
No, he's got him. He's got him.
Yeah, that was great.
Honda power. Yep, what good work, son. That Honda, plenty of legs on it.
Oh, definitely. There's been a lot of talk, hasn't there, about with Albon going to Williams with his connection to Red Bull, how that's going to go with the Mercedes engine and them moving towards having their own engines.
Well, that's right, yeah, and it'd be interesting if VW end up coming in like this. A lot of smoke about it, and there's no smoke without fire. And I was reading this morning that they've agreed to get rid of or one of the rumours, I should say, rather than they've agreed to do it, is to get rid of the MGUH, which is the really expensive electronic bit of it.
Isn't that's purely made by McLaren, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yep.
So that everyone has the same one.
To try and persuade VW to come in. It's
interesting.
Awesome. So Hamilton looks like he's trying to have a go, but again, you just can't get close enough. Wait for the moan. Wait for the moan. I'm sure it'll come at some point. And here we go.
So Stroll complaining of balance issues.
Is he?
I'm surprised they're still saying, has Hamilton been given a hurry up? Because I think staying out of Norris's dirty air would really work for him at the moment. Once they all pit, he'll have lovely clean air.
Latifi's snuck up to 10th as well.
Nice.
Past Ocon.
He's kind of come into his own the last couple of races.
Yeah, isn't he?
I wonder what the change has been.
I don't know, but he was racing for his future, wasn't he? In some ways, a bit like Giovinazzi and that. Although that wasn't. It was his fault today, but he's out of it now, isn't he? So it's both AlphaTauris are out. Giovinazzi's out of it, really, and it's a fairly high attrition rate compared to usual. See you later, Jaeger. Have a fun Sunday. Oh, hang on.
We might see him on camera in a bit then.
You never know.
So Bottas now up to 12th.
Yeah.
11 laps in. No, now up to 11th.
Yep, he's just done him on the straight there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, Valtteri, where are you going to end up, I wonder?
It's I should imagine he's obviously on a different strategy, but that'll purely be a to see how his tyres are going compared to the drivers in front of him, in front of Lewis, so that they can gauge how the tyres are doing.
I think Bottas is on the hard as well, isn't he?
Is he?
I think so.
Yes, he is. He's on the white.
Yeah. Certainly.
Oh no, this is Hamilton.
Oh yeah. I'm sure we'll see a picture in a minute, but I'm fairly sure he's on the old harder Rooney tyres. So he's going after Latifi next. He's a second or so behind him. It shouldn't be a difficult manoeuvre, I wouldn't have thought. Lewis goes wide there, and Norris does. Trying to get a better run down the straight He's
Potential
close to Norris
problem
this
on
time.
Sainz's car? Couldn't quite hear on the
Here
team
comes-
radio.
Here comes Lulu.
Yeah,
Norris had got him. Norris had got him.
he's got him covered.
Yeah.
Oh,
See you later, Lulu.
boom.
You can try all you want, Lewis. No, he's good. That McLaren's got the pace on him, hasn't he?
Yes.
Down the straight, and he's got the same engine, of course.
Yeah,
Both got Mercedes engines.
did yesterday. He really struggled to get past. Well, didn't get past.
So they're going to have to fight a little bit now. So we were saying around lap. Let me just check what I said on the pit window.
Is it 12 to 17 if you start on the softs?
Yeah. 15 to 20, they reckon.
Oh,
That's if you're going on to the mediums. But if you're going on to the hards, then yeah, it's 12 to 17.
It'll be interesting to see what they do. I'll be surprised. Yes, he has been just been told there about track limits on the last turn. He has for the last 2 days as well. It's been a thing with
Lando?
Norris this season. He's been told quite a few races.
I mean, it isn't like you've ever broken track limit stuff, is it? So, you know.
Well, if it's good enough for Lando, it's good enough for me.
Dear. Bottas is indeed on the hards, so that's good. And because I guess they're going to try and get him up as far as they can, and then put him on some mediums and see where he goes from there. But it seems that Verstappen can't get past Danny Rick either, so it's the same thing really.
Bottas now up to 10th.
Happy days. 0.4 seconds.
I don't think Williams would have put up too much of a fight.
Nah, there's not much point. I mean, he is.
They're not racing each other. Yeah.
No. Nope, they're not really in the same race.
Ooh, some blistering on Norris's front right. Well, it looks worse on Lewis's. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're a couple of seconds ahead of me, but I see what you mean now. Yeah, Lewis's, you're right, are just as bad, actually, if not worse. Particularly, even the rears on both of their tyres are looking rough.
It's mad how the tyres kind of go off.
Yeah, Martin just said the same thing. He obviously agrees with us. Oh, a bit of tea out.
Okay, so he's saying he's using a lot of tyre to stay ahead. So yeah, McLaren potentially now might have to come in early or bring Norris in early because he's using up way too much of his tyres defending against Hamilton.
But if you look, Leclerc's catching him now as well.
Yes, they massively. Oh, hello. Was that something in the middle of the track?
Oh yeah, something's come off the car, hasn't it?
Branch or something? It was.
Don't know.
Interesting. But yeah, talking about that, obviously Leclerc's now coming into shot, but that's giving Ricciardo and Verstappen a break, and they're now pulling out a decent lead.
Yeah.
Look at that shot. Look at the distance.
So they're 5 seconds. So Norris is 5 seconds behind.
Yeah.
Danny Rick. Well, no more than that. 6 seconds because it's interval.
This could be good for Norris because hopefully Lewis now is going to have to defend from Leclerc, which should hopefully give Norris some time to kind of get off in the distance.
Because Leclerc will get DRS as well. Let's
Yeah.
get my words out. So Verstappen's dropped back a little bit, looking to cool his tyres apparently, which makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's still within a second. And pardon me. submitting me tea.
So 15 laps in, there's not as big a gaps as I was expecting between cars. Whoa! Who was that? Vettel going slightly wide into the grass.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah.
Bit of debris
no,
on
he
track.
got pushed, didn't he?
Yeah.
Ocon pushed him off. Didn't he? Pretty much from what I saw.
Yeah, there was wheel banging by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Vettel. Yeah, Vettel's not happy on the radio.
No. Absolutely not. I'd like to see a slow-mo of that.
Here we go. Here's a replay. And here we go. Sebastian coming. Oh, yeah.
Here we go. I've got it now as well. It's on board.
Christ.
Whoa. Oh yeah. No, he's
That was all
down off. Yeah. Definitely. Some words need to be had there, I think, from the stewards.
That's under investigation.
Got to be in it. I might as well take myself off.
Yeah.
The brave
nice to see
cameraman.
there is still a bit of humour in it, even though he is pissed off.
I like Seb.
Yes, he's done an Alonso.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it. I like that.
I don't know whether it's just he was kind of built as the bad guy against Lewis or what, but I've never had a massive problem with Seb. But he's like Alonso did a few years ago. He's kind of lightened up a bit.
I think Sky Sports Lewis sometimes do try and do that to people.
Yes.
And, I guess they might as well call it Sky Sports Lewis at times. And they sometimes try and paint pictures that aren't necessarily there. I mean, if you look at the Netflix thing, that Drive to Survive they did, you can see that some of it is very dramatized, and they show the bits they want to that make it look a lot worse than what it is. Yeah.
But it's brought in a lot of young fans to the sport.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I haven't watched it yet. I've watched a couple of episodes and thought, nah.
I think I watched like the first episode, but I was hoping it would be more technical.
Yeah, it ain't, is it? It's
more like a documentary and show the more technical side. It's basically a Formula One reality show.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not bothered about that. I'll just watch a show with Ted instead.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like Gunther swearing, isn't it? Really, that's all it is.
And once you've seen that once, it's the same every time.
He was a cocky prick when he was winning, but he's all right now, says Jess. I suppose so.
To be fair, when you're that young and you're doing nothing but winning, you can't help but be cocky.
Yeah, he started
4 championships in a row. Yeah.
So limitation is the rear, apparently, which makes sense.
There we go, Verstappen's tyres. That front right as well, looking pretty awful.
Jeez, that is looking rough. That, to be fair.
What's that? McLaren leading more laps today than they have in the last 9 years.
Yeah, that's probably right. Probably right.
Rears a slide in for Max.
They've done the odd one probably, but there won't be many. It's rears are sliding, says Max. Interesting.
The race is going to have 53, Moss. Oh.
You what, sorry?
Lewis Team Radio.
Oh, Admas, nice to see you again. Hope you're well. So, really, there's two big battles, isn't it? There's first and second and third and fourth, and it's going to be really interesting who blinks first, because we're on lap 18. So if you're on those mediums, you should be thinking about pitting pretty much now. Unless you're going to try and stretch it out, which they might do, because at the end of the day, as long as they're holding Lewis behind him, you might as well stay out there.
The thing is now, with Lewis being on the hards and having a decent set of softs left, do they put Norris now on the hards so that he can now go to the end to cut off Mercedes with their pit stop?
Yeah.
is that going to force them on? Because I don't know if I can see the mediums going that long.
No, they won't. They won't. It's although we thought that last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
And they lasted longer than they lasted longer than even Pirelli said they would.
Yes,
so
yes, it's true.
That's certainly something to think about. I think
it depends how much first. Yeah, it depends how much they're going to want to push.
You're going to have to manage the money, and I'll just flick back.
I think the only thing with last week though was it was an unknown track.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wiggle in that rear wing of who is that? Alonso? Ocon. There's a lot of wobble in that wing as he came round the corner.
Flexible wings. Or not.
Bottas up to 9th.
Yeah. Whereas Perez got himself to 6th, so he's got past Carlos Sainz. I didn't see that. So he's up 1 there. So Bottas has been told he's matching the leaders on pace, which is probably about right, because let's not forget he won the race yesterday and was up there in
sprint.
Real qualifying. Yes. Oh, sorry, the sprint.
Race.
I've let myself down for the first time.
I know. That's it. Get off.
See you, everyone. Ta-da. Alain Prost is there. It's my best French accent here. And
so it's going to be interesting with this whole Andretti thing, because no team seems to want to sell to him. Haas seems to be committed, which is great. They don't seem to. They seem like they want to be in it next year. I mean, they've had some success when they first came into it. They were doing really well.
I think
think they can get back to those ways.
I mean, they've written off this year, haven't they? Obviously.
Yeah.
And, I think if they don't get the results next year, then maybe that'll be the time that they'll start going. Or Gene Haas's patience and money might think, well, stuff it. And, I don't see who else they can buy other than Sauber seem pretty settled and rich, and the rest of it doesn't seem to be any money.
Definitely.
Problems. It certainly won't be Williams. So then you're looking at, well, there isn't anyone else really.
No. It's Haas or no one. Yeah. And if Haas weren't willing to sell to Mazepin, I can't see him being willing to sell to Andretti.
No, nor me. It's a time penalty for Ocon for his altercation with Seb.
Yeah, and that's fair.
It's quite rightly so.
Especially with the change next year. We don't know what's going to happen with team. Ferrari's engine could be amazing. Haas could be at the front of the midfield.
Yep. So and everyone's got a new chassis, new cars. It could be anyone. It could be Williams. It could be nice if it was. But no one's who's to say that MOKKA haven't got it wrong. It could be.
We're at such a big change that it could be 2009 all over again.
Oh yes.
Someone might have found something in the rules, like a double diffuser, where you could just come in. Who's that? Was that Danny Rick? No, that was Verstappen.
Yep.
Locking up. Ooh, that's not going to help the tyres.
Isn't he supposed to go on that escape road though?
I think they used to. I think they just go across now. They've made the curbs a lot lower. But I've seen a lot of people just cut across in all the different formulas and races this weekend.
So Max is saying that his tyres are gone.
Yep, we can definitely see now a lot of them are getting to the limit.
Yeah. So still no change in the top 4. Leclerc's dropped back a bit now from Lewis. He was getting quite close to him, but he's 4 seconds away now.
Interesting.
3.5.
Danny Ricks has just said he's definitely plan A, whatever that is. So whether that's going a bit longer than they've now expected, or...
You'd think so. Because at the end of the day, if he's keeping Max behind him, unless Max pits, there's no point in pitting, really, unless you want to go first.
Oh, sorry, Amos. Wrong name, but yeah, Danny Rick's all good. Danny Rick's all good.
No, not Danny Rick.
Boom. Bottas now up to 8th.
Nice.
Alonso has been told that he's going to plan A plus 10, indicating his tyres are in okay shape. Ricardo again says it won't be long. Grip has been at a premium this weekend. Okay.
That might give us a bit of a tip as to when they think they're going to be pitting in. Say, we thought they'd be pitting now, but if they say plus 10, maybe they're looking at lap 30.
Yeah.
And in that case, you'd probably get a medium to the end.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, McLaren are out. McLaren are out.
Who are they going to pit first, I wonder?
Ricardo in first.
Is he now?
This needs to be a great pit stop. McLaren haven't been great in the past. Oh, that was beautiful. 2.4 seconds.
Nice.
Oh, Red Bull sneaky. Just came out to cover. They're telling him to go for it. They're
probably probably a case of do the opposite to what he does.
Yes. He's gone on the hards.
He's going to the end, isn't he?
Yep. He's going to the end on these now. But we know... Oh, he's out wide there. We know Max has been struggling with the tyres. So how much grip has he got to push?
So that's put him in clean air, though, isn't it? Because he's 3 seconds behind Sainz, so you can...
Tap and team radio. That's just answer that. His tyres are fucked. So, pit battle strategy. There's only a 24% chance of Verstappen overtaking. Now, they've come straight in. They're bringing him straight in.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So, Red Bull need one of their trademark 1.8 second stops. It's still going to be close. Oh, no! It's taken longer. It's fucked. They've fucked it.
Let's have a look.
The gun's gone. Oh, 11 seconds.
Oh, Jesus me. That's ruined it, isn't it?
He's going to be massively... He's behind Bottas. And Stroll. Oh, that is a major fuck
disaster.
Up. And Alonso's got it in front. He's now down to 10th.
Oh, dear. Norris leads the race. Oh, hang on. Hamilton's got past Norris.
What?
When did you do that? Bastard. Well, they might as well pull in Norris now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, need to see a replay of that. Now, here we go. Here's a replay. Oh, just does him. Absolutely does him.
Fair play. Oof. Straight down the straight, wasn't it? Mind you, it took him, 24 laps. It must be hammer time now then, Duff.
It does. That's the gun.
Yeah.
Oh, torque gun went.
Oh, dear.
Oh. Norris 2.7. Not terrible.
Verstappen wasn't
happy. Oh, that was close.
Go on,
look at that. Danny Rick. Boom. Straight past. I think Danny Rick's still got a good chance of winning this.
Yeah, he has. Particularly now.
As long as he can keep the tyres good for the end of the race, Mercedes is still going to need a really good pit stop to get Hamilton on those tyres. It's obvious they're going for softs at the end, but...
Yeah. So Max is going to be Max attack, for want of a better phrase now, isn't he? He's going to have to go for it. Absolutely go for it. So he's in 9th. Norris has come out ahead of him, which is good.
Yeah.
That's a disaster. So Lulu is racing away. Although a message from the future. Oh dear. What's going on here?
Oh no.
I think.
What?
Oh dear. Look at your live timing. I think we're going to have some action.
So, Mercedes in.
Yep.
Oh, what? No, 4.2 seconds. That was slow. So he's down behind Danny Rick.
Mediums.
Behind Sainz. Behind Bottas.
Yep.
Behind Norris.
And Russell and Kubica.
No, behind Norris. Oh, with Verstappen. He's pushing him. Oh!
Go on, son.
They're taking each other out. They're both out. Oh my god. Holy crap.
Oh!
Oh!
Jesus. He's parked on top of him.
He's parked on.
Lewis and
that is
Lewis
insane.
And Max. We should.
Absolutely insane.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. So for those who are wondering, they came around their first chicane, touched, and
safety car
is now on top of Lewis's car. They're all right. He's at the front of the car, not on him. No one's injured. So it seems that Max tilted, but then he's stuck.
Yeah, the tires hit, which brought him up, and then obviously he can't steer, and as you can see, that's just dug him straight in.
Yeah. Wow.
Max is not having it. He's just pissed off. He's walking off.
Look at him trying to get his car out still. He's prediction isn't good for Duff. Verstappen's at it.
It was almost a free pit stop for everyone now.
Yep.
Come straight in for the pit stops if you need it.
Yeah. If you hadn't pitted, now's an amazing time to pit.
Yeah. It was basically a free pit stop.
Yeah.
Going out on the hard.
The Ferraris will benefit from this as they are by the looks of it. Wow. I mean, I'll have a quick listen to this team.
Charles Leclerc's in second now. The Ferrari's in second behind Ricciardo with a free pit stop. Norris is up into third.
I was just listening to Max's radio. That's when you get me done in this space. Fucking hell. Oh dear.
But I mean,
Max has got a point. To be fair, I need to see another replay of it. I think, but I think I'd class that as a racing incident if it was me. But,
I would.
From what I saw of it, and,
considering it's the first corner, where the hell is Max going? Lewis is still in the car.
I think Max is he's walking back to the pit straight.
Oh Christ! Look at the top of the roll hoop on Lewis's car.
Yeah, he went straight over it, didn't he? Bloody lucky, really. That could have been a lot worse, couldn't it?
Yeah. Wow, that's we didn't see that coming. We've talked about it before, but we did not see that coming.
No, we thought about it.
So here we go. Here's a replay. Okay. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see from the onboard camera on Lewis's, because that's what's
interesting.
Gone flying, isn't it? So he's left his space there. There's space there. Then Lewis doesn't leave him space there.
Lewis jumps straight in.
Racing incident.
They come round. I mean, Lewis is in front. Oh, you can see. I think Max's car hits the curb on the inside, and that's what throws him in front of Lewis.
Yeah, you're right. That's racing incident.
Yeah. Oh, cool, Jesus, look at that slow-mo as he flies.
Yeah. Look how close that wheel is to his head.
Yeah.
Here, I'm just getting the slow-mo now.
That is another one for the halo.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I mean, he missed the halo, didn't he? Or did he?
No, the halo goes into the side of Max's car. Look where the wheel is. The wheel is resting on the halo.
If there'd been no halo, Lewis would have
probably lost his head. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. That's a lot more serious than it looked initially.
Look at where his rear wheel ends up.
Most of this point is still all four wheels off the ground.
Yeah.
Wow, that is huge.
Instant being investigated after the race, which I suppose makes sense because
I wonder what that's going to have done for Max's gearbox.
Not a lot of good, I wouldn't have thought.
No.
Wow.
It's going to be interesting after the race to see what happens. Wow.
Because I saw it coming on the live timing, but I didn't think it was that. I thought Lewis was out or something.
Exactly, yeah. The halo doesn't move, which it shouldn't, very true. And that's what takes the chunk out of the car. Yeah, that thing is tested to 2 tons. Well, it'll be tested to more than 2 tons, but the limit they've put on it is 2 tons, which is insane. And, yeah, that is... Anyone that was ever against the halo, I think now, more than even just from Roman Grosjean, it constantly keeps proving itself. It shows that the sport is still dangerous.
How much do you reckon Bottas is laughing in his helmet? Probably quite a bit. Because Bottas, if he can keep that pace, has got a good chance of getting it on.
He has.
Maybe even more.
It's amazing that at the moment we have McLaren, Ferrari, McLaren podium.
That's like back in the 90s, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like late 90s.
Yeah. So let's catch up. So we got Danny Rick is leading, so Oodles will be happy. Leclerc, Norris, Perez up to 4th. I assume he pitted. I'm not sure. Sainz, Bottas, Daddy's by Alonso. Russell and Latifi in 9th and 10th as well. And 4 cars out of the race so far.
Sweet. So potential double points for Williams again.
Yay!
Get in.
I mean, I would imagine that Ocon's going to come back through that and potentially Vettel. But other than that, they should be able to keep the rest of them behind.
I don't know. Vettel's been at the back there for quite a bit.
He's not had a good weekend, has he?
No, not at all.
Yeah, leading the way. Yeah, so the safety car is still out. It's a radio from Bottas. So what did he say? Yeah, they're saying it could.
Vettel pitted
could take
again
a while.
under the safety car.
Has he?
And Ocon did, so.
Kind of makes sense, I suppose.
Toto looked really impressed as they put that shot into the garage.
Yeah. Wow.
Come on, Danny Rick. We get a shoey.
They would have had Lewis's scooter waiting for him.
That means you've got to do your shoey.
No. We have to do shoey.
We never said yes. You said if Danny Rick wins, you'll do a shoey.
Yeah, and if that's the case, well, the trouble is I can't drink, can I? I've got to drive. So we might have to do it for the next race.
Well, you'll have to pour tea in your shoe instead then, won't you?
Oh, God, no. I know, I do it properly or I don't do it. It's fine. But hey, if he wins, I will do it. Don't you worry.
Oh, brilliant.
Even if I have to do it for the next race, because I can't drink today, I will do it. I hope he does win. Look at the McLaren pit. They're happy as Larry.
Yeah. 25 laps to go. Look at this. That is scary as shit, to be honest with you. That Red Bull flying through the air.
It's there, isn't it? On that replay when it bounces off the top, then off the halo. That's bound to. It must have touched his head. Because the wheel comes over the top, doesn't it? At the end there. And on my screen, it looks like it. Lands on his helmet.
Holy crap! Martin was just saying he had a similar incident with Senna in Formula 3, but the engine was still revving. Obviously, there's no power in the car there, but yeah, Martin just said that it was absolutely shit scary having a tyre right next to you with the engine still revving. It's like, because that probably would have been manual then, so at least he maybe went neutral, but Christ.
And they were loud then as well.
Oh God, yeah.
You would have heard that.
Here's another one. a British driver that had a horrendous accident as well.
He did, yeah.
Oh, the cars are off. So hopefully the safety car will come in soon.
Yeah, we can get back to racing. So whilst we're doing that, should we have a little bit of trivia then? Whilst we're waiting for the
Yeah, go for it.
Only 2 drivers have had back-to-back wins at Monza.
Okay.
Do you want to name? Do you want to have a go? They're both British. Is the clue I'll give you.
Well, one's then got to be Lewis.
Correct.
Oh,
I'll give you another clue. The other one was in the early 90s.
British in the early 90s. So it's got to be either Mansell or Hill.
Yep, Damon Hill.
Oh, it was. All right.
Yeah. Look at that.
They're the only 2 main British drivers winning in the 90s. So
the closest ever Formula 1 finish was recorded at Monza in 1971, when Peter Gethin won by 0.01 seconds from Ronnie Peterson. And the top 5 finishes were covered by just 0.6 of a second.
Jesus, what's 0.6 is something like 24 centimeters or something ridiculous.
Yeah, there's not much in it. So safety cars coming in with a view from the future. Next lap. So we'll be back on.
Pardon me.
Which is good.
Right, safety car is ending.
Indeed. Here we go. Ricciardo, Leclerc, Norris, Perez, and Sainz is your top 5. So we should get some fireworks down the old main straight here.
Excuse me while I just have a sneezing fit.
That's fine. You sneeze away, sir. So Norris has been told a long way to go.
Yep.
Which makes sense because he's on the hard tyres. Compared to everyone else on the mediums. I think Danny Rick's on the hards. I believe. So it's the Mercedes safety car.
Boom, Danny Rick's gone. That's what we like. Come on, Norris, attack.
Go, go, go. Come on.
Who's this? It's Bottas. Bottas making a move on sides. Norris, come on! Yes!
Come on, Lando!
Get in!
That's what we want. That's what
they made contact.
Come on, Lando.
Seems okay.
Yes.
Come on, Norris. Oh, a little wide. Use that power. Yes, get in. Beautiful.
McLaren won too.
Oh, that's awesome, what we want.
Lando even took to the dirt to get past him, didn't he, as well?
Yeah.
For those wondering, I'm
that is
5 seconds behind.
That is amazing.
And so that's why I'm a little only just enjoying the Lando Norris maneuver.
That was beautiful. We get a replay. Even going on the grass to get past.
That sounds familiar from a long time ago, that.
Properly fearless. I think the last person I saw do something like this at that track was Seb in a Red Bull.
Yes, they showed a replay of it earlier on.
Yeah.
Nicely done. So,
ooh.
I wasn't expecting to say there's a McLaren 1-2 going on at the minute. And,
Lando has been told that his track limits again. That's his second one, so he's got to be really careful now.
Yeah, he won't.
Who's this? Bottas and Sainz at the back there. And the good thing is, Leclerc's now coming under. Oh, Bottas has done him. That was easy. But Perez is now on the back of Leclerc.
Bottas is the dark horse in this race.
Yeah, massively.
He's got plenty of time to get to the front as well. That's the worrying thing about it. So I think the McLarens have got to
Perez up into third.
Yeah.
Oh, wide and a bit of a jump.
He's all right.
That's my line. It's fine.
Yeah, the death line.
Yes. Yeah. We got a yellow flag in Sector 2.
Disgusting behaviour.
Schumacher's moved back behind Mazepin, so unless there was a little tussle between those two. Yes, by the looks of it.
Russell's still holding on to 9th as well.
Oh! Straight into the side of Vettel. And who's that?
Oh,
Is that
wow, what an
Mazepin
idiot.
spun
Oh, it's Mick Schumacher.
Schumacher? Oh, is he going to have to give him it back? We had that in the sprint race.
Oh,
Bottas now on Leclerc. Boom, done.
so we
Up into
we know
fourth.
where Jaeger was going.
Oh, no.
Come on.
No, he's going to have to give that. Now
Yes.
Bottas has done him.
Yeah, no. Yeah. That's fair enough.
Now this will be a fight, Perez and Bottas.
Yeah, definitely.
But Leclerc's got
on.
it back.
Oh,
Back
yes,
into
as
fourth.
well.
Yes, come on.
Oh, well played, sir.
Where's the
Well
cheer
played.
from the crowd? This is super.
I don't know.
I thought Leclerc had properly lost that, but that's superb.
So now he's got to go back after Perez. And
So now no one at the front needs to pit. This is a 20-lap fight till the end.
Norris is within DRS of Danny Rick as well, you know?
Yeah.
That'd be... Oh, I'd love it. As much as, you know, Oodles wants Danny Rick to win, I'd love it if Norris did it. It's,
Yeah, same.
McLaren have treated... We are currently P1 and P2 at Monza. You read that right. Yes, we did.
Brilliant.
Not a treat I thought they would have expected to be sending. But, so here we go. So what have we got now? Perez is still going after Norris. Further on down, we've got Stroll and Alonso. They're not far from each other. Ocon is right up on Russell, and you would expect him to get past.
It sounds like Red Bull would rather Perez disappear up the road and potentially get a 5-second penalty than give the place back and get drawn into a Bottas fight.
Makes sense, probably.
Because then they could end up with both cars out.
Yep. So Bottas is in fourth now anyway. He's just got past Leclerc. So he's gonna have a go on those mediums. But I wonder if they're going to start having trouble towards the end, those medium runners. In theory, they should do. Oh, God. Bottas is taking over the moaning from Lewis.
Yep.
It's,
even though he's got past him now anyway.
Yeah, exactly. He was always going to get past him anyway, wasn't he, really, if you think about it? But so Perez is catching Norris, which is interesting. Maybe Perez is a dark horse as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we know that Red Bull, at least in the hands of Max, is quicker.
Yes, but we know that Perez can overtake. If it's the one thing we know about Perez, is he can overtake.
And Red Bull need the points in the constructors just as much as
Jesus Christ.
Mercedes do.
Bottas's time 1.3 seconds quicker than Danny Rick's.
Wow.
He's on the medium as well. That's the key. Yeah. Bottas is now on the medium.
But if he thrashes them, he's going to have a problem towards the end because there's still 18 laps to go, give or take.
Yeah.
So this should be a good finish. I'm looking forward to this.
Bottas could end up winning the sprint race, starting from the back of the grid and winning the race as well. That would be insane.
I mean, he's going to have more grip in a minute, but like I said, there's a long way to go yet. 218 races since the last McLaren won 2. Oh, go on, Norris. You tell him, son.
So what have we got here?
I wonder if do McLaren have the balls to say to Danny Rick, "Come on, son."
It'll be interesting. Yeah. I want to see this battle between Perez and Bottas.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they take each other out as well.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
So we can keep McLaren 1-2.
Yay, McLaren 1-2. That would be.
But that Merc on the mediums is just a rocket. Absolute rocket.
Our only hope is that he kills him by going too fast too soon. And because once he gets past Perez, he should walk past the two McLarens. So Norris is right up behind Danny Ric.
Okay, they've told Danny Ric it's hammer time. With Bottas flying through, they've said just go for it. We need as big a gap as possible.
Yep. Well, Norris was half a second faster that lap. I mean, it's just a tricky call, isn't it? Yeah, you're taking a race win away from someone if you say, right, it's I don't know. Personally, I'll be interested to see if they've got the balls to tell Danny Ric that Norris is quicker.
If Norris is quicker with Bottas coming through, I think they might have to.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, now they've told Ricciardo it's hammer time. He has picked it up a bit.
Yeah, he's still within a second. You just got to stick his foot down and see where he ends up now, isn't he? And hopefully it works out.
He kind of needs to keep him within a second because Perez and Bottas now have got a DRS where Norris won't.
Nope, no DRS for Norris. They need to hope that Bottas stays behind Perez for a while and keeps him busy. That's all they can really do. Let me tea a second. As it's been an eventful day up in the attic. I was emptying my cup out before the show started, and out the attic window because I'm a lazy bastard, and dropped the cup out of the attic window instead. Luckily, there was no one down the side of the house, and otherwise that could have ended very, very badly for them and me. Because the cup.
You're lucky it didn't get stuck in the guttering.
Well, that would have been better, really, because then they wouldn't have hit anyone, and I could get a ladder out and have my favourite cup back. But, instead, half of it is still on the roof, on the garage roof, so that's fine, and the other half was in the lane, so it was. I will have to go and retrieve the other half from the garage roof.
FIA time penalty. Sergio Perez, 5 seconds.
Yep, that was nailed on, wasn't it?
Yep.
That was nailed on. So Lando now is just 1 second.
They're gonna add it on at the end of the race.
Yeah, they will do it if he doesn't pit now. Then yeah, which he shouldn't have to pit really now. He should be all right.
No.
So he needs to get 5 seconds ahead of anyone. But he's not. But then I suppose
it makes sense for Red Bull to do that in a sense, because if they can hold Bottas off, they're going to save a lot of points in the constructors.
But then he's got to get 5 seconds ahead of Bottas for.
But if he can keep him from getting first, if he'd have been back anyway.
That's true. Because at the minute, he'd be 5 seconds, so he'd be 7th, maybe 6th, depending on how it went.
So we still got Russell in 9th.
So that's good. He seems, although Ocon's right behind him.
They're happy with Danny Ric's lap times. He's boosted it by a bit, by 0.2, 0.3 of a second.
Yeah, I just said that.
Perez is now 2 behind, yeah.
Come on, McLaren.
Oh, look at Charles Leclerc on the back of Bottas now. That's going to get it into the mix.
Well, that's the thing. The longer he stays behind Perez, the more that's going to happen.
Yep. That's what we need.
When was the last time that we had the top 6 this close at with 14 laps left?
The reason Mazepin isn't last is because he spun Mick.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And they already don't get on very well, do they? So it's
no, not one bit.
So
but I understand what they did an interview with Gunter Steiner, and he can kind of understand why, because they're not racing anyone else, so the only people they've got to race is each other. So when the only person you've got to race is your teammate, there is going to be friction.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Can't argue with that, really. It does make sense. So the fastest laps at the minute is still Bottas after that blisterer lap he did. But I wonder if he's used those tyres now, and being in all this dirty air isn't going to help him.
Hopefully,
because he came flying through, and now he's behind Perez. Those tyres, maybe he's took a bit too much out a bit too early.
Penalty. Time penalty, 5 seconds for Nikita Mazepin for spinning Mick Schumacher.
Well, that'll ruin his day, won't it?
Yeah.
Schumacher's passed him now anyway.
Yep. And instantly gained 3 seconds.
So
here we go. Here's a replay of the incident.
Let's have a look then.
Oh, no. Nikita had to... Oh, go on. Hit one of the bollards. Hey!
There you go, mate. There you go.
We got a bit of it.
Do you feel better now?
If it was going to be anyone, it was going to be Mazepin.
Oh,
although, if you listen to Damon Hill, he always calls him Mazepan.
He does, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. What happened to Hamilton and Verstappen? Well, where do we begin?
Go on.
So Hamilton was coming out of the pits from his pit stop, right in front of Verstappen. They came into the first chicane, and halfway through the first chicane, Hamilton pushed Verstappen wide. He hit the curbs, came up, hit Lewis's wheel, flew up, smashed across the top of Lewis's car, and they both took each other out and went straight into the gravel trap. It was a nasty-looking incident, to be fair. But yeah, took each other out, basically.
Lando's just been told to hold station whilst we're going through that. And
yeah, Perez is now over a second back, so
it's a shame that, because I would prefer to see him battle.
The commentary here on Sky is saying exactly what you just said there, Reese. A little earlier, that now it looks as though Bottas, with a bit of a lock-up there, has just taken too much out of his mediums now, because he's not pushing as hard as he was.
I'd much prefer Norris.
Double yellow, yellow sector 1.
Is it?
DRS disabled, yeah. Main straight, we don't know what.
I haven't seen anything.
No. No one seemed to have dropped down the green flag.
Weird.
Interesting.
Driver of the day vote is open for those that there.
Oh, yeah.
It's a tricky one today.
It could be that they were replacing that block that Mazepin took out, just Marshall running on track.
Yeah.
But at least we got to see one taken out.
That's true. There's that fake sign.
Oh, jiggly leg in the McLaren garage. Russell still in the points for Williams. Latifi now 11th with Ocon coming through.
Ricky, well, speaking about spinny boy, I heard a good one about NASCAR driver Ricky Stenhouse the other day. He's called Ricky Spinhouse.
Nice. Nice.
So I do like a bit of NASCAR.
Yes.
It's on an awkward Sunday evening time. Well,
the dirt race we saw earlier in the year was superb.
Oh, I enjoyed that. Yeah, that was awesome. NASCAR drifting at its best. So Norris is just going to have to sit there like a good boy, which I think is wrong. I think that's wrong. Yeah. I mean, it's a huge result for McLaren if it indeed stays that way. It's massive.
Did you watch the Have you watched the special where they have a look at Zach Brown's cars, his car collection? He's got that NASCAR.
Yes, yeah.
If Danny Rick is on the top step of the podium, he gets to drive it.
He does, yep. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. He's got one hell of an impressive car collection as well.
Oh, hasn't he just millions of pounds worth of cars? And you think to yourself, yeah, just give me one of them. Just give me one of them. You know, mate, you won't miss it. You won't miss it.
Exactly.
Ah, dear me.
So
Bottas tried to have another go at Perez there, but unsuccessfully.
Bottas through on Perez.
Yeah, he's going to get
Oh, that was a slip wide. Go on, Perez.
Oh, no.
Yes! Perez back up into third.
Well done, son.
Oh, late braking. He's definitely knackered his tyres now.
Valtteri. Well done, son.
Oh,
yeah.
Sliding all over the place. There's a massively impressed Toto Wolff there.
It's clever racing. We like that. We like that here on the Effing Racing Show.
Yeah, Perez just kept his cool.
Toto looks fucked off. He does not look happy.
Yeah.
He's probably waiting for Lewis to come in and have a moan and a rant about it. Be interesting what both of them got to say.
Oh, that was brilliant from Toto. Oh, Mazepin has stopped on track. Double waved yellows, sector 2.
I just see the same clip.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Mazepin spins out.
Yeah. Virtual safety car. Oh, this is...
Oh, that's interesting.
Good because it'll keep the gap. It should keep the gap as long as they keep to their delta.
Come on. We've seen this before.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't. But if they're going to get marshals on there, they should bring the real safety car out, not cock around with them.
No, we don't want that. Virtual safety car will keep. Because they have to then keep to the delta, don't they?
Well,
so the gaps should stay the same. Hopefully.
There is ways around it, though, isn't there? As Lulu always moans about it.
So Mazepin comes into the corner. Oh, car just seems to go. Massive loss of power. Oh, that doesn't sound healthy.
No, don't do it.
At least he pulled it off somewhere safe.
Yeah, that's true. We give him grief, but at least he's done that thing. At least he's done it by a fire point and the recovery point, so that's good.
So yeah, they need to turn this virtual safety car off now.
That's another car out. Very high rate.
There's a massive gap now between Perez and Norris.
Yeah.
So we've got less than 10 laps to go now. Green flag. Here we go.
And has it clear?
Leclerc is right up the arse of Bottas.
Yeah. He's going to try and get him down the straight, I would imagine.
Don't know if DRS has been enabled. Right, and also, you can vote for your driver of the day on F1.
You can. Get them votes in. What happened to Mazepin? Loss of power, by the looks of it.
Yeah.
And it's unusual for him not to be the one taking himself out, but it was the engine today. I mean, he was last anyway, if we look at it, so it's typical. So Norris still keeping his 1.9, 1.8 second gap. Perez, Bottas, Leclerc, and Sainz, followed by Daddy's Boy, Alonso, Danny Ricks winning the driver of the day, which is no surprise. Russell in 9th, which is good for Williams, and Ocon in 10th. Vettel's got past Kubica, up into 12th. So he might get into the points if he's lucky. Well, we don't want him to, because that means he can get 10th. That'll be all right.
Yes. That's not too bad. Russell in 9th, we'll take that.
Yep, absolutely. What a day for the good old teams. Ferraris don't seem to be able to do much about Bottas. I don't know, they seem to be stuck behind him. Well said, Lando.
Ooh. I didn't catch what he said then.
He said, Daniel's been told to try and pull away. Make sure you stay with him. And Lando goes, yeah, that's much better. Lando must think he's got a bit of pace left in that car.
Oh, Bottas has had the mediums on for 18 laps now. Based on the first stints, they didn't last much longer than that. for the likes of Ricciardo and Verstappen. Although Bottas is now running with lower fuel loads.
That's true.
So that'll be interesting for the next sort of 7 laps.
It only takes a puncture or something like that, doesn't it? And he's screwed.
How much he can actually push and how much life he's taken out of these tyres.
I mean, he's not going to be able to push much more than he is at the minute now, wouldn't have thought. He's already got fastest lap. And
especially
I
with
thought
Leclerc bearing down behind him.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he would have had enough to keep on going, but it doesn't look like it in terms of progress up the field, which is good for us. And,
random replay of the Verstappen-Hamilton crash.
Yeah, for those who missed it, it's on now. Doesn't look any better when you watch it again, does it?
No, not at all.
I mean, every time I see it, I think a little bit more. Lewis just didn't give him the room.
No, I don't think he did. And there was nothing Verstappen could do once he hit those curbs. He was already partly airborne.
Mm. He ain't going to be happy about it. I'm looking forward to seeing the interviews. Because they'll have to come out and have a chat in a minute, I'd have thought.
Oh, yes.
So we've got still 1.5 seconds, pretty much the first, second, and third. Bottas can do nothing about Perez, it seems. And look, so I think the main battle here is whether Leclerc can have a go at Bottas.
Well, yeah, because that fight, in essence, is for the 3rd podium place.
Yeah.
Because Perez has his 5-second penalty.
Yeah, that's true.
And Sainz isn't that far behind it either.
Nope.
So these last few laps, are Ferrari and Mercedes fighting for 3rd.
They're only going to get worse, those tyres, aren't they? That's the thing.
I wonder now with that whether Mercedes have just said, look, Bottas, keep it where you are. There's 7 laps to go. Don't knacker your tyres. You've already got 3rd. There's no need to fight.
Yeah.
Because the McLarens are on the hard, which we know should still have better grip.
For those who haven't seen the crash, I've just put the link that Formula One have posted of the video of the crash for Lewis, etc. in the chat. I'll put it in the other one as well, so you can see it for those who haven't seen it. Click on that and you can see the crash between Lewis and Max as the official F1 link, so you can watch that. Oh, Ted's got news.
I think the McLaren team are just all shitting themselves.
Yeah. Perez has vibrations, whatever that means. Whether he's locked a tyre or something, potentially. I mean, this is an awesome result if it stays the way it is.
This is his first win. If he finishes in first, his first win since Monaco 2018.
Ah, yes, when he went pool diving.
Yep. Oh yes.
170 Grand Prix since they last won. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. All thanks to that great start he had.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's led pretty much from start to finish, isn't he?
Yeah.
Other than a couple of pit stop periods, he's done well.
I can understand now why he was so pissed off with quali on Friday.
Mm. The Orange Army, but not the Orange Army that people thought would be winning.
No, not at all.
Army, indeed. Oh. So in terms of our predictions, how are we looking on that? Let's pull that up for a second.
The team's best result in over a decade.
So none of us had Danny Rick down to win. We all had Max down to win.
I had both McLarens.
Yeah, Duff. If it stays as it is, I think Duff is.
I had McLaren, Red Bull, and that is how this is going to finish.
You bastard. Jammy
Come
bastard.
on, boys. I'll take both points this weekend. take it.
Track limit breaking. I still think the track limit thing. It's going to rumble on for me.
It's the Perez line. It's fine. Add 5 seconds. Balls to it.
Add 5 seconds. Okay. Yeah, fine. Yeah, we can do that.
2-0 to you. It's fine. I'm winning where it matters.
I'm going to do it up later, and I'm going to break those track limits and see how quick my time is. Just out of principle.
It's fine. Don't break the track limits too much, otherwise it'll lose your time. Especially here with so much grass and gravel. Slightly off and you'll spin.
AlphaTauri have just said that we'll vote for George Russell the driver of the day if he holds off Ocon in P9. Of course, it's more points for them, isn't it? It's that's quite funny. That
brilliant.
Well done, AlphaTauri. I think that social media has added a lot to Formula One in the past couple of years. As much as there's a lot of negativity about it in terms of the well-documented stuff on social media, I think Formula One makes good use of it as teams and stuff.
Carlos Sainz on the team radio thought it was the last lap.
Ah. Well. Come on, Carlos. Take it easy, son. At least not that easy anyway. You've got a couple more laps to go yet.
Look at the lead now that McLaren have.
Yeah.
4 seconds, Danny Rick's ahead.
What are you thinking, Noodles? If Cecilia, you're happy with this? I think we can all say we're happy enough.
I think everyone's happy with this.
At least, I guess, Bottas is probably happy with third, starting from the back of the grid anyway. Mercedes
have just tweeted that the mediums are beyond their best, shadowing Perez to the flag now, and he'll be on the podium for 3. So, yeah.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Team radio,
because he's not going to catch the 2 McLarens anyway, so you might as well have a go. A little reminder for later that at 4:00 UK time is 2-minute warning, where Jez will be testing his voice out for week 1's action in the NFL.
To be fair, Perez is 4.5 seconds ahead of Bottas.
No, it's individual again, isn't it? No, it's cumulative.
Is it?
Yes, the stupid. They keep changing it, don't they? So he's like.
Oh, yes. He still could come 4th, though. No.
Oh, yeah, he should still come potentially 4th. 3 seconds ahead of, if you add up the times, is what? 1 second. No, he.
Oh, what?
He should come 6th, I think.
What 2 cars are under investigation for?
I missed that as well, yeah. I missed that.
Oh.
Lance Stroll, apparently, so that's fine. We don't care about.
Yeah.
For a daddy's boy, never mind.
Cool, give him a 5-second penalty. That means George gets even bloody higher.
Yeah, he would do as well. Because he's only 4 seconds behind him.
Yeah.
Lamont Marcel Jacobs is waving the flag. He's Italian gold medalist, 100-meter sprinter.
Nice.
Interesting. So, I think this looks like a historic day, really, doesn't it? In terms of this result so far, touch wood. I'm just going to touch the desk a few more times.
The last time Danny Rick was on the podium, he forgot to do a shoey.
There's going to be a shoey, isn't there?
Hopefully he remembers this time.
I will do a shoey for the next race when I'm allowed to drink. That's fine.
Cool.
If he wins, of course. If he doesn't win,
one more lap to go.
There's no shoey.
Final lap. McLaren 1-2.
Wow. I wonder what odds you would have got on this morning as a McLaren 1-2. They'd have laughed me out the bookies app.
I've just told Danny Rick on the radio it's the last lap, just in case he didn't know.
Well, Sainz didn't.
That's true, yeah. And that was with 4 laps to go.
Yeah. I do love that orange uniform. It looks well smart.
The orange and blue works really well together.
Doesn't it? It's one of the better looking cars on the grid by a long way. And their merch is excellent as well, to be fair. Not that I'm on commission, but it's wow. Looks like we're going to see it. Dare we curse it, Duff? Dare we curse it?
Yeah, there's Emerson Fittipaldi there.
Oh yeah, Emo. Because his grandson is racing in Formula 3, I want to say, or Formula 2. I'm not sure. One of them.
Have we got one more corner to go?
There we go.
Here we go, last corner.
What a result.
And here we go, Danny Rick crosses the line. McLaren 1-2.
Wow. Never thought I'd see the day this season.
Not for a while.
Well done.
Absolutely brilliant.
Jeez.
And Danny Ricciardo finishes with the fastest lap of the race.
Nice.
Superb.
So Perez is 5th with his penalty.
Maximum points. That's was awesome. Superb.
That's put them right back in the running for 3rd in the Constructors' Championship as well. Oh, he's actually half. I didn't realise that he's half Italian.
I suppose with a name like Ricciardo,
it
seems rather happy. Yeah.
as he should be. He drove a really
definitely.
Good race. Yeah. Which, the Aussies will be partying tonight.
To put in that last lap for the fastest lap
on the hard tyres as well.
He must have had one hell of a. Those tyres still look pretty good.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Get some donuts going. Nope. No. It's a shame they can't do donuts.
Superb. So what a great race.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be as action-packed as it was, to be honest.
Yeah.
After yesterday's sprint, I was like, we're going to be talking a lot today. But actually, it's been pretty action-packed. I mean, obviously, the Lewis and Max thing helps. You know, it makes a big difference. But,
Wow, just in that. Norris's last lap was only 0.1 behind Danny Rick. They still had pace.
Yeah.
Norris is a tad happy as well.
He'll be crying when he gets out of the car.
Oh, of course he will. Oh.
Wow, what a race. What a race. It's been most overtakes this season. Sebastian Vettel with 90, Perez 82, Alonso 81. Not the drivers that I would have thought.
No, not at all.
So we still haven't heard from Lulu and Max, have we? Which surprises me. Because normally they get dragged out to the pit, don't they? And they have to have their say and all that malarkey. And no word as of yet. And, I think it's well worth looking forward to what is said later on. I'm sure we'll catch up on that on the next race.
Oh, brilliant. Great words from Danny Rick there at the end.
Oh, what was that? I missed it.
Oh, it's saying that he knew it was coming, and to anyone that thought that he'd left, it's like, no, I just stood aside for a while. Brilliant.
Excuse me. Okay, cool. So they both give the 1 and 2 sign a bit of a battering, and someone puts it back straight. Nice. There's going to be a party there tonight.
Oh, yes. Massive party at McLaren.
Oh, God, yeah. They know how to party, and I'm sure they'll be, because they've got a couple of weeks now until the next race, which is in Russia.
Yep.
Russia, for those wondering. We're back to the normal format of no sprint. It's straight into quali.
Yeah. But superb weekend from Monza. Absolutely superb weekend from Monza. Yeah, and don't forget, in all this, Bottas came from last on the grid to a podium.
Yeah, exactly, which is quite an achievement as so well, isn't it, to be fair?
Yeah. Definitely.
And you can say what you want about having, the fastest car and all that, but still, you've still got to do it, haven't you? And you've still got to do it. So look at that. There's all the McLaren. Look at them. They're happy bunnies, aren't they? Happy bunnies.
Yeah, Danny Rick the triple got driver of the day as well.
Yeah. That's awesome. I mean, McLaren have been getting there on sort of pace all year, haven't they? And they were quick in quali, they were quick in the sprint. So it's fair to say that they've improved a lot.
Yes, massively.
Could they have beaten Max on pure pace? Well, both of their last laps suggest that they probably could have.
Yeah, they still had pace in them, which is superb.
And obviously, we will never know, but that's fine. And we will see. Oh, right. Well, I've enjoyed that. We should probably start to round up as per usual, because I know Jez has 2 minute warning is impending, and so I'll say it. What are your final thoughts, Duff?
Great weekend, absolutely great weekend. Loving the sprint format. I think it worked really well this weekend. And unfortunately, the best thing to happen to this race was Max and Lewis taking each other out.
I think you're right on that.
Although McLaren were already ahead. Yeah,
that's just what I was going to point out. I think in terms of my final thoughts, and I'll try and keep it brief. It was that did make a big difference to the race, because although I still don't think that they would have caught up to like McLaren and got past them. It's great to see such a historic team back at the front. It's awesome, and let's see what happens in Russia, in Sochi in 2 weeks, which is the last time that we go to the Sochi Autodrome.
It is, yeah.
It moves next year to more of a street race, I believe.
Yeah.
Is it St. Petersburg? Yes, that's the one. Thank you, St. Petersburg, around the streets there. So that'll be an interesting one to watch as well.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of assuming Jess is ready to press a button. We'll just carry on talking otherwise. And so, like I said, we're back in 2 weeks' time for the Turkish Grand Prix. I've no idea what the official name is, but rest assured, when the time comes, we will. Brilliant race. Thank you, Duff, for being here as well, and Jez for being the voice in our ears like back in the day. Hopefully, he'll be fixed up and back for 2 weeks' time, and we'll see you soon. Do you have a final word for us today, Duff?
See you, arrivederci.
Bye-bye.